Before we start the video, Alan and I have decided to set a goal for the channel. If we get to 1,000 subscribers within the next 6 months, we'll do a Q&A with the face reveal, and we'll wear these official Lycoris Recoil uniforms that I randomly found online. So if you want to see us dabble in a bit of cross-dressing cosplay while getting to know us better, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you don't want to see it,
you just hate kids with cancer!
Anyway, back to the video. Lycoris Recoil is a new kid on the block that just moved into the neighborhood. You don't know anything about them other than the fact that their parents are A1 pictures, so you know they have the potential to be one of the best. You invite them to come hang out with your friends to test them, watching a few episodes to see if they can really hang with some of the goats, and you find out they have the same interests as you. They like cute girls, beautiful animation, action scenes, character development, yuri bait, gunplay, and most importantly, diversity. Yes, ladies and mostly gentlemen, Lycoris Recoil has it all. It is by far one of the best anime we've seen in 2022 and is quickly becoming the internet's hot topic, and we'll show you why. Imagine a utopia where there's no crime anywhere. You can walk around at night without coming home a wallet lighter, go into any shady alleyway without the fear of exiting with stab wounds, stroll through the hood without having to grip your purse tighter. But that's enough about Japan. In the world of Lycoris Recoil, Tokyo is ranked #1 in public safety for 8 years in a row. But there's a trade-off for keeping the peace, and that is having young girls trained to be assassins in order to prevent any crime before it happens. Now let's face it, that sounds a bit messed up, but let's take a look at the facts. The crime rate is basically 0. Now, I'm not promoting having orphan young girls forcibly trained to be assassins for the safety of the general public, but I'm not saying I'm against it either. These assassins are known as Lycoris, and all Lycoris are brought up by the organization known as Direct Attack, or DA for short. And of course, just like any good organization, there's one person that is just too goddamn good at their job, making everyone else look effectively useless. And her name is Chisato Nishikigi, the greatest Lycoris of all time and one of our main characters. She works for one of DA's branches at a cafe called Lycoris, where her co-workers are a busty office lady turned waitress and a brother that's kinda sus. Not cause he's black or anything, it's a, you know what, we'll show you later. On the flip side, we have our other main character Takina Inoue. She's a stone-faced killer that's respectably on the grind and thinks about nothing but the mission ahead. You know, your average Sigma female. She gets banished to Cafe Lycoris where she gets partnered up with Chisato, and thus begins the daily chaos of our mismatched duo. Looking from the outside, it can be difficult to tell what the show is even about and why anyone would even watch the first 5 minutes of it. It just looks like any mid-tier slice of life show. But let me tell you, the first 2 minutes of episode 1 was all I needed to convince me to watch the rest of the show. When I saw the guns, whew, as an American, my PP couldn't be any harder. Information is shoved in your face in the first episode via a 1.5-minute narration to speedrun world building, and it never happens again. I love this part so much because it brilliantly paints a picture of what Japan is like for the average citizen. The world is fully fleshed out and established right from the get-go, or so you think. From episode 2 onward, small but important details are drip-fed from the dialogue the characters have with each other, which is mixed in with conversations like this. Lycoris Recoil has the element of show not tell mastered. As you watch a series of events unfold before your very eyes, a culmination of things move in the shadows that were hinted at an episode or 2 ago, but you never pick up because you were too busy wondering what kind of underwear Chisato wears to show off. You disgusting pervert. You're slowly fed information episode by episode until you figure out who the real villain of the entire show is, and it's this Joker looking ass dude. Or is it? What makes Lycoris Recoil so great is that the story is unexpected. At the drop of a dime, things can turn from "aw, that's nice" to "yo, is that a rocket launcher? What is happening? I only blinked twice!" And it stems from the fact that Lycoris Recoil is an anime original.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Which is actually the reason why we were reluctant to watch it in the first place. You see, anime originals are known as double-edged swords in the anime community and are notorious for 2 things: strong starts and terrible finishes. If you need an example, just look at Darling and the Franxx or Faina Pirate Princess. Compared to how they started, their endings definitely didn't meet expectations, but last year broke this trend. There was actually an anime original that had a strong story throughout the entire show, and that anime was Vivi Fluorite Eye's Song. Vivi completely changed our opinions on what anime originals could be, and gave us hope that one day, we can see another anime original with a good ending. And with the way that Lycoris Recoil's plot is progressing, we have high hopes that it could be that anime for all of us. Now, why exactly does Lycoris Recoil stand out from other anime? Well, there's 2 things that immediately come to mind: the small details and the characters. Let's start with the small details. Every episode contains a scene that just astonishes us, because other anime wouldn't have made the effort to make their world so immersive. There are also these minute gestures that characters do, mostly Chisato, that really brings their character to life. A lot of you might not have noticed since it feels like it's a part of their characters to do these little movements, but they make a huge difference in the scene compared to static shots. Another small detail you might not have noticed is within the action scenes. Every action sequence has a good flow to the fight, with every single detail being properly drawn and animated to create a sense of realism. Someone's firing a gun, a shell comes flying out. Someone's firing a gun, there's recoil to the shot. Someone's firing a gun, well, it can't touch Chisato because she has plot armor thicker than she is. Chisato fires a gun, it fires a rubber bullet that can pierce through car doors. Everything I just said makes complete sense. No scene or frame ever really feels wasted, and I think that's what makes Lycoris Recoil's action scenes truly stand out. As for the characters, there's not one person that feels like a useless side character for the main characters to randomly get stronger or conveniently push the plot along. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Krillin. Every person has a purpose in the show, alongside with their unique personality traits and character designs, to make them more distinguishable beyond characters A, B, and C. You have side characters like Mizuki who just can't catch a dub with men. Kurumi who's the lolly genius hacker that doesn't have your stereotypical lolly voice. This girl who looks eerily similar to Yelena. This guy who's sus as hell in more ways than one. Mika, the black guy who's not only sus with the other guy, but acts like a father figure towards Chisato. Man, this anime is just breaking all types of expectations. Then you have the stars of the show. The cool, calm, and collected Takina who's as serious as a heart attack, and Chisato, the energetic ball of chaos that is unapologetic to herself no matter the situation, and someone that everybody needs in their life. I just love Chisato's character so much. She's just so different and refreshing to watch compared to other female anime characters. While your favorite waifu is too busy being shy and afraid to speak up for themselves, Chisato gets in her bully's face and isn't afraid of a challenge. While your favorite waifu is too shy to show any affection, Chisato is hugging Takina in her time of need while people are watching. While your favorite waifu is having trouble maintaining relevance throughout the season, Chisato is out here inspiring trends on Twitter with her thick thighs. While your favorite waifu is sitting like this, Chisato is sitting like one of the boys, spread eagle and everything, maximizing airflow like she got a pair down there like the rest of us. God, she's such a great character. At a quick glance, you might look at Lycoris Recoil and think that this is a show catered for fat, socially inept idol fans or Reddit mods, and you'd be dead wrong. It might have cute girls doing cute things, but they also do more than that. They also grow as humans. Let's take Takina for example. In the very first episode, you'd catch her dead first before you saw any inkling of a smile, but give her a couple of episodes, and she's all giddy when she wins in rock paper scissors versus Chisato. Every episode, you can see and feel Takina become more and more human, and it really feels like you're watching a person change for the better, which is extremely gratifying as a viewer and isn't a small feat for a slice of life show. Now in my opinion, Lycoris Recoil deserves a huge applause for making slice of life actually interesting. Typically, I don't really like slice of life animes that don't have other genres or themes mixed in them because generally, it's very mundane and it feels like a grind to watch. A lot of the time, anime imitate other anime rather than life itself, which creates tropes. So slice of life anime become almost formulaic and too predictable to provide something new. But add some nice outfits with variation and good chemistry between the main characters, and now you got my attention. Every episode leaves you fiending like a crackhead for the next, as they always deliver bangers every week and have yet to deliver an episode even remotely close to mediocre. It's pretty rare for an anime like Lycoris Recoil to excite so much excitement in the anime community that even Hideo Kojima himself starts tweeting about it. There's no big name behind Lycoris Recoil, no pre-existing material to hype it up, or even any huge promotions to get its name out. But what it does have is fun. I'm really happy we gave this anime a chance, and we hope by creating this video, more people will also do the same. It's not just about cute girls doing cute things. No, it's also about cute girls being badasses.